Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. From NFL News Now, the Chicago Bears are one of the most fascinating storylines in the NFL this season. And for good reason, after years of misery, heartbreak, and the kind of football that made even the most loyal fans question their life choices, the Bears have somehow clawed their way back into relevance, sitting at 6-3, tied atop the NFC North. With the Detroit Lions, Chicago is finally starting to look like a team that belongs in the playoff conversation, and yet, despite all that, whispers are spreading across the league that not everyone is buying into this supposed revival. Some insiders are rolling their eyes, claiming the Bears' success is more smoke and mirrors than genuine transformation, and that skepticism is starting to echo louder with every week that passes. It's easy to look at the standings and think the Bears have turned the corner, but NFL insiders, like ESPN's Dan Graziano, are tapping the brakes on the hype train in his latest league roundup. Graziano noted that a lot of the folks he's spoken to around the NFL aren't convinced Chicago has what it takes to sustain this run. They see a team that's living on the edge, winning close games, surviving by miracle comebacks, and depending on late heroics that may not be repeatable against stronger competition. Sure, the Bears have been clutch, but the question is, can that magic last deep into the winter grind, when the real contenders start to separate from the pack? Let's be honest, the Bears' reputation over the last few years has made people understandably skeptical. After the brief flicker of hope in 2020, when they squeaked into the playoffs only to get bounced right away, Chicago descended into chaos for straight seasons of failure, coaching turnover, bad drafts, and quarterback uncertainty turned the franchise into a running punchline. So now, when people see them climbing back toward relevance, they're hesitant to believe it's real. They've been burned by this team before. The fans have been burned. The league has seen this movie, and it usually doesn't have a happy ending. But this time might actually be different if the Bears can keep their composure and learn to win not just with luck, but with control and confidence. The change starts at the top, with head coach Ben Johnson and rookie quarterback Caleb Williams. Johnson, hailed as one of the brightest offensive minds in football, has brought a fresh energy and creativity that this team desperately needed. His play calling has been bold but disciplined, aggressive without being reckless. And Caleb Williams, the young star everyone's watching, has already started to flash that special something that makes great quarterbacks different. He's been fearless in the pocket, deadly on the move, and most importantly, resilient in pressure moments. For a rookie to lead multiple late-game comebacks in his first half season speaks volumes. That doesn't just happen by luck. That's leadership. That's poise. That's the spark Chicago has been missing since, well, forever. But even the brightest spark can light up the entire room if the defense keeps blowing out the candles. That's where the doubts come in. Despite their knack for creating turnovers, the Bears currently lead the league. With 20 takeaways, their defense has been shaky overall. They rank near the bottom in yards and points allowed, giving up big plays far too often and struggling to get off the field on third downs. It's a classic bend but don't break unit. But sometimes they bend so much you wonder if they'll snap. And while turnovers are great, they're also volatile. You can't count on multiple interceptions or fumble recoveries every week. Eventually, luck runs dry, and when that happens, can this defense still hold up? That's the million-dollar question hanging over Soldier Field. Still, even with all the flaws, the Bears' offense is giving fans reason to believe. They rank in the top 10 in expected points added per play, and they lead the entire league in explosive plays, 78 so far this season. That's not just a good stat. That's a complete culture shift. This team used to be allergic to excitement. Now, every drive feels like it could end in fireworks. Johnson has built an offense that thrives on creativity and tempo, and Williams is the perfect quarterback to make it work. The chemistry between him and the receiving corps, especially DJ Moore and Cole Kmet, has been steadily improving. When this offense clicks, it hums like a well-tuned engine. And if they can keep that rhythm going, it could carry them deep into December. But the critics aren't wrong to be cautious when you strip away the highlights. The Bears' margin for error is razor thin. Their wins have often come down to the final minutes, the kind of nail-biters that test a fan's blood pressure. Those last-minute drives are thrilling, sure, but they're also unsustainable over a long stretch. You can't keep living off game-winning field goals and last-second touchdowns forever. Not When the playoff contenders start tightening up, eventually, they'll face teams that won't give them those chances, and that's where we'll find out what the Bears are truly made of. Then again, isn't that what makes this story so compelling? The uncertainty, the unpredictability, the way every week feels like it could tilt either toward glory or disaster. That's football in its purest form. And right now, Chicago is living it. Fans have rediscovered hope. And even though the national media is hesitant to crown them, the energy in the city is undeniable. There's something about this version of the Bears that feels different, not because they're dominant, but because they're gritty. They're flawed, sure, but they fight, and after so many seasons of lifeless football, that fight matters more than people realize. When you dive into the advanced metrics, the narrative gets even more interesting. The Bears' efficiency numbers are middling. They're 21st in defensive EPA play, which isn't great, but their situational football has been elite. They're among the league leaders in red zone scoring efficiency, and Williams has the third highest passer rating in the fourth quarter among all quarterbacks. That means when it matters most, he delivers. Those numbers may not grab the headlines like a blowout win, but they tell a story of resilience and composure, and in the NFL, that's often what separates playoff teams from the rest. There's also something to be said about the psychology of a young team learning how to win. Success in the NFL isn't just about talent, it's about belief. The Bears used to crumble under pressure, now they seem to thrive on it. They've built a habit of responding when punched in the mouth. And that's the kind of intangible growth that doesn't show up on a stat sheet, but can completely redefine a franchise's future. When you watch them now, you see a team that actually expects to win. That's a monumental shift from where they were just a year ago. Still, ESPN's playoff predictor gives them only a 43% chance to make it, less than half. That number feels both harsh and fair at the same time, because yes, the Bears have earned their record, but the road ahead is brutal. They still have matchups against the Lions, Packers, and 49ers, all of which could expose their weaknesses to silence the doubters. They'll need to not just survive those games, they'll need to win them convincingly. No more relying on miracle drives, no more defensive collapses. If they want respect, they'll have to take it, and that's what makes this next stretch of the season so pivotal. The Bears don't just have an opportunity to make the playoffs. They have a chance to redefine their identity in front of the entire league. Every team in the NFC is watching to see if they're for real. The Lions are waiting for a slip up. The Packers, even in their rebuild, are eager to spoil their rivals' momentum. The national media is ready to pounce at the first sign of regression. But here's the thing, the Bears don't seem to care. They're locked in, focused, and starting to play with a quiet confidence that only winners have. At the end of the day, the truth about this team might lie somewhere in between the hype and the skepticism. The Bears probably aren't as good as their most optimistic fans think, but they're also not the lucky pretenders their critics make them out to be. They're a work in progress, yes, but a dangerous one. A team learning on the fly, growing faster than expected, and fueled by the chip on their shoulder that every underdog dreams of carrying. So maybe the league should keep doubting them. Maybe ESPN should keep that 43% number flashing on the screen, because every time someone says the Bears aren't for real, it just adds another log to the fire. And if we've learned anything from this season, it's that the Chicago Bears, led by Ben Johnson's mind and Caleb Williams' heart, thrive when they're doubted. They've been counted out before, and they're not done proving people wrong yet. Whether they make the playoffs or not, this is a team that's finally alive again. And that, for the city of Chicago, might be the biggest win of all. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing like never before, and if you've been keeping an ear to the ground, you probably caught wind of the seismic shockwave hitting the NFC North. Alvin Kamara is reportedly on his way to the Chicago Bears. Yes, you heard that right, Kamara. The dynamic running back who has dazzled defenses and become synonymous with explosive plays and highlight reel runs could soon be donning the navy blue, burnt orange, and white of the Bears. The thought alone is enough to make Bears fans jump out of their seats and opponents start rethinking their defensive schemes. The idea of pairing Kamara with Caleb Williams, the sensational quarterback who has taken college football by storm and is rumored to be making waves in the pros, has fans and analysts alike whispering about the dawn of a new era in Chicago football. Could this be the duo that finally turns the tide for a franchise that has had its share of ups and downs in the past decade? The speculation is rampant, and every insider with a hint of connection to the front office seems to have their own take on how this partnership could change the NFC North forever. KAMARA, of course, needs little introduction. Drafted by the New Orleans Saints in the third round of the 2017 NFL Draft, he immediately made a name for himself with his agility, vision, and uncanny ability to find the end zone from any angle. Tennessee fans remember him as a college sensation, a player whose combination of speed and instinct left defenders grasping at thin air. He transitioned seamlessly to the pros, becoming one of the most versatile running backs in the league. But despite his success in New Orleans, the whispers of a fresh challenge have been growing louder. And the Bears, long searching for a true offensive spark, could be the perfect match. The thought of KAMARA slipping past defensive lines, linking up with a talented quarterback in Williams, and exploiting the sometimes shaky defensive fronts in the NFC North is the kind of story that excites fans even in the offseason. Sources suggest that the Bears front office has been quietly laying the groundwork for this move for months, exploring cap space, potential trades, and the intricate chess game that is NFL roster management. And then there's Caleb Williams. If KAMARA is the engine, Williams is the ignition. The quarterback whose rocket arm and field vision have scouts salivating, and opponents nervously adjusting their game plans just thinking about him. Imagine the chemistry, the potential for improvisation, and the jaw-dropping plays that could arise from this union. Analysts are already speculating about formations and schemes designed to maximize KAMARA's elusive running style and Williams' uncanny ability to read defenses in real time. There's talk of zone read options, jet sweeps, and creative play-action passes that could leave defensive coordinators tearing their hair out. The rumor has even spawned early mock-ups of highlight reels, fans imagining KAMARA slicing through defenders on the outside while Williams threads passes that seem almost impossible to complete. Social media, as you can imagine, is exploding. Every highlight from KAMARA's Saints career is being resurrected and paired with clips of Williams' college brilliance, giving fans a tantalizing preview of what could be. Of course, there are skeptics. Some question whether the Bears can realistically land both players and manage the cap implications without mortgaging the team's future. Others wonder if the chemistry will translate from rumor to reality. If the promise of an explosive duo can withstand the brutal grind of an NFL season. There are whispers of behind-the-scenes negotiations, of agents talking up the value of their players, of rival teams keeping a close eye on any movement. But that's the beauty of rumors. They ignite conversation, fuel speculation, and create a narrative that feels larger than life. For Bears fans, the idea that KAMARA could finally give them a backfield as dynamic as any in the league is intoxicating. While the presence of a game-changing quarterback like Williams only adds layers to the excitement, the buzz isn't just about one player or another. It's about the possibility of a football renaissance in Chicago, a city hungry for a franchise-defining moment. It's also worth noting KAMARA's own versatility. Beyond being a traditional running back, his receiving skills out of the backfield have been nothing short of revolutionary. The Saints have often relied on him in short passes that turn into long touchdowns, using his speed and agility to exploit defensive lapses. Imagine how that skill set could pair with Williams' arm strength and improvisational flair. Analysts are already theorizing about offensive packages that could turn KAMARA into a multi-dimensional threat, stretching defenses horizontally and vertically, creating chaos in the way only elite NFL offenses can. The NFC North, with its storied rivalries and often cold, punishing weather, could become a playground for this duo if they manage to gel early. Lions, Packers, and Vikings fans might have to rethink their strategies, perhaps even invest in additional scouting to try to contain what could become one of the league's most fearsome offensive tandems. The timing of this rumor is perfect, too. The Bears have been rebuilding carefully, shoring up key positions, and patiently waiting for an opportunity to make a splash. KAMARA's potential arrival aligns with a period in which the team could capitalize on momentum, pairing veteran experience with youthful exuberance. Williams, if he does indeed join the team, brings with him not just talent but a media storm, an excitement factor that could reinvigorate the fan base and attract national attention. The optics alone, KAMARA in the backfield, Williams under center, would be enough to make Chicago a trending topic every week. Even the stadium atmosphere could shift, as fans imagine the kind of plays that could turn a tight NFC North contest into an unforgettable highlight reel. And let's not forget the cultural aspect. KAMARA and Williams aren't just players, they're personalities. Marketable stars who could elevate the Bears' profile off the field as well. Social media campaigns, merchandise, and community engagement would likely see a surge. As fans clamor to associate themselves with this potential golden era, analysts are already speculating about branding opportunities, sponsorships, and the ripple effect such high-profile signings could have for a franchise eager to return to prominence. Rumors alone have generated an uptick in fan engagement, with online forums and comment sections filling up with debates, predictions, and wild scenarios that could reshape the NFC North hierarchy. While no official confirmation has emerged, the mere possibility of KAMARA joining the Bears and teaming up with a quarterback of Williams' caliber has the league abuzz. Every reporter, every insider with a hint of knowledge is weighing in, adding layers to a narrative that feels increasingly plausible. The rumor embodies the perfect storm for a team in transition. A superstar running back hungry for new challenges, a quarterback brimming with potential, and a franchise ready to embrace a bold new identity. The NFC North, known for its physical play and storied defenses, could find itself challenged like never before, facing a team capable of changing momentum in a single explosive drive. Fans are preparing for speculation to turn into reality, imagining the moment KAMARA takes his first handoff in Chicago, weaving through defenders with the kind of grace and power that has defined his career. If this rumor holds any truth, the Bears are about to enter a new chapter, one that promises excitement, drama, and perhaps a level of dominance not seen in decades. The combination of KAMARA's elusiveness and Williams' precision could become a nightmare for opposing defenses, a dynamic duo capable of rewriting the NFC North playbook from the streets of Chicago to NFL analyst studios across the country. Everyone is watching, waiting, and imagining what could be, rumor or reality. The buzz is undeniable, and if KAMARA does indeed become a Bear, history may remember this as the moment the franchise decided to shake things up, to chase greatness, and to finally answer the prayers of a long-suffering fan base eager for explosive plays, unforgettable moments, and a glimpse of football magic as the offseason unfolds. One thing is certain, the NFL landscape is never the same when rumors like this take hold. Every training camp, every practice report, every front office whisper will be dissected with the fervor of championship contention. And while only time will tell whether KAMARA actually suits up in Chicago, and whether Williams lives up to the hype, the speculation itself has already ignited imaginations, fueled debates, and reminded fans why they fell in love with this sport in the first place. For now, Bears fans are dreaming big, opponents are strategizing, and the league is watching closely. One thing is for sure, if this rumor comes to fruition, the NFC North will never look the same again, and the duo of KAMARA and Williams could very well be the spark that ignites a new era of Chicago football dominance. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.